Welcome to the Back and Forth, the show by co-parents
for co-parents,
talking about the things that co-parents go through. I'm Kevin, and this is
Chanel.
Let's go. Ready? And 3, 2, 1. All right, everybody. Welcome to another great week. Another great show, the Back and Forth, talking about these things that co-parents be going through. Chanel, got a question for you before we get started. First of all, how you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
You just froze, so I suppose that you asked me how was I doing.
Yes,
I'm doing
how are
okay
you doing?
because you froze. Evidently, you must have been doing too much over there. But I'm doing great over here on my end of the world. Thank you for asking, though. So I probably assume that you asked me. So even if you didn't ask me how I was doing, I'm going to say it anyway. I am blessed, highly favored, running for the Lord, and I ain't going back.
Okay.
All right. So I am Kevin, as you saw in the intro, and this is my lovely, esteemed co-host, Chanel.
Hello, everybody.
That's her name. She didn't say it.
Y'all forgive Kev today because he's just being Kevin L. Scott.
It's Kevin with a K, not a C. So, Chanel, got a question for you. If I buy something for my child and it's for my child and my child lives with you and by chance you let your significant other use the thing that I bought for my child, how do you think it's going to make me feel?
I wouldn't do that, but let's just say I was going to do that.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
I just wouldn't.
I'm just saying, though. But there are people out there who do that kind of stuff. And Chanel, I think you have something for us today that speaks right to that point. Because
Yes.
some of these parents out here be letting the spouse be using the other child's stuff that was bought by the other co-parent, and it makes them feel some kind of way. So Chanel, bring this in, shan't you?
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna bring this in. I'm gonna try to keep my feelings out of this. I'm gonna try to be objective, but I'm gonna bring this in. So y'all check this out. My ex-husband called fussing at me. He recently bought our son a brand new Benz for his birthday as a graduation present. My current husband had to get to work, so I told him to take my son's car because I had a couple of things to take care of and needed the Altima today. He ended up dropping my son off at practice and told him to call me when he was done with practice so I can pick him up. I overslept and missed my son's call to come and pick him up. My son then called his dad, but his dad was out of town, so he ended up taking the city bus. This man called me fussing, saying I bought the car for my son, not some grown behind man. I didn't like my son taking the bus. This is why I got him a car and paying the insurance and the car payments. I hung up on his behind, and am I wrong for letting my current husband use my son's car? Absolutely. But go ahead, Kev. I'm gonna let.
First of all, Chanel, you asked the question, and then you answered the question too. You asked the question, and then you answered it, and then you turned it over to me, so you give me the scraps. So
Well,
I'm used to this. I'm used to this. So I'm used to this type of relationship with my co-host. So everybody, just extend her some grace. If someone like I'm going to ask a question, I'm going to answer it. Here you go, Kimmy. Take the end of it. Here you go. I'm going to let you use what's already been used and broken now. Here you go, Kevin. You use it up. So
She asked. She asked the question.
Oh, she asked, but you were reading though.
Yeah, she asked, and Chanel answered. But go ahead, Kev. We want to hear.
So there she goes. Chanel talking herself in third person. It's another problem. So the answer, Chanel's question, the one that asked me, not the one who answered, the one who asked me this question. If I buy my child something and I'm making the payments on it, Yes, I know the child lives with you. I understand that. But I be gosh darn it. That's that Christian cussing right there. The gosh
There you
darn it.
go.
If the car I just bought my child, brand new car I bought my child, ends up in the hands of the stepdad
Mm.
because he got to get some stuff done and he don't have a car to get to work. That's not my problem.
Mm-hmm.
That's a problem that you, my ex-wife, or ex-girlfriend, ex-spouse, whoever you are, and your husband have to deal with. My son asked for me and my son. He will drive his car. You know, and if there are any issues with the car, I expect my ex-spouse, ex-wife, whatever, to give me a call, say, okay, so-and-so is not doing something. Is it okay we take the car from him for a week or whatever because he's not paying attention? I expect those type of phone calls. Not the phone call where I get from my child, find out that he was supposed to get picked up from practice from the car that I bought from this dude that's driving this car. I don't know what kind of relationship this man had with her ex-husband. Maybe it was a cordial one. But you just messed up any kind of relationship they would have by letting this man get behind the wheel of his car. Because essentially it's his car because he's making the payments and he's just letting his son drive it. Because his son don't own no property. It's the dad's car. And so maybe I'm seeing it from a different standpoint because maybe you need to talk me off the ledge. But I know I'll be feeling some kind of way because I'm liable to get in my car or and make a drive over there and have a conversation myself too. Because who are you to be taking my son's vehicle and driving it? Because if it gets in an accident, who has to make the payments? Not him. I guarantee they're probably not going, oh, we'll pay for the car. I guarantee they wouldn't. Chanel, you take this. I'm not. That's going to get me fired up.
I'm sorry. I'm probably on the edge, on the ledge right there with you, Kev. I mean, I'm sorry. Y'all just going to have to bear with us because we're both on the ledge. I will probably be that petty. Like, this was a warning. This whole thing was a warning. This better not ever happen again because let me tell you what's going to happen.
Yeah.
The next time he's driving my car, okay, or she, that car is going to be reported stolen. Yeah, I'm gonna be that girl.
I knew you was about to say that.
Yeah, I'm gonna be that girl. That car is gonna be reported stolen, and then y'all figure out how y'all gonna get out of that mess.
You went straight there. You went to reporting the car stolen?
Yes. Y'all got y'all warning.
Now, I'm quite sure that there's a low jack on that car where you can shut that car off from anywhere.
Well, especially if it's a teenager driving that car, I probably would make sure that's in there. But y'all gonna learn this lesson today. Y'all gonna learn that lesson today.
Now, I understand where you're coming from on this. However, I would have made that statement to them. I wouldn't just do it because I don't want the police showing up for stuff that could be considered petty because somebody might end up getting shot. And so in today's environment. And so I'd probably give my ex-spouse a phone call saying, hey, if my son tells me the car is going again or somebody I'm going to call that car and stolen. That's how serious I am about this. Because this right here should not be happening. You've got your own vehicle. You handle that. And not to say that something goes wrong that, we can't work out something. But give me the respect, the decency to give me a phone call and let me know this is about to happen. Don't treat me like yesterday's garbage and throw me out and say, well, it don't matter. He ain't here anyway. Because that car is a gift. He didn't gift it to the ex-wife or the stepdad. He gave it to the child. And I know that while that child still lives in that house, as I said before, that he's still under their rules. He still has to abide by what they say. He can't go off being grown or mannish and being around here and doing his thing. So he still has to follow their rules. However, that vehicle and anything that happens to it needs to be, the father needs to be consulted on anything that needs to be done. That's my opinion, and I'm going to stick to it.
I agree. So, Kev, remember this particular. So I was kind of not very familiar, but I read through this a couple of times because I was like, this is going to be a good topic. But I wanted to point out a couple of key points. The father brought this Benz, Mercedes Benz, for those of you that don't know what a Benz is, for the son's graduation present for his birthday as a graduation present. So this kid is not like 16, 17. He's pretty much an adult, right? So it kind of comes, it just kind of comes to me that, yes, I agree with you acknowledging the parents about, hey, okay, I know my son stays with you, all of that stuff. And then also giving them that warning that if this happens again, just like any other car that is in my possession, if it's driven by someone that I'm not insuring, I am going to report it stolen. Because you may be getting a ticket out there, getting all these tickets, but guess what? They're going to send that ticket to my house.
Exactly.
Right? So I need to know who's driving all of my vehicles with my name on it. Okay? Yeah. And I need to again, y'all issue that shirt. If he need to get to work, y'all should have figured that out. Like that, what they got to do with his birthday gift? What they got to do with him having a car?
But don't gloss over. Yeah. Don't gloss over that last part in that thing though, Chanel. You mentioned something that his dad said. His dad said that I bought the car for my son, not some grown man. I didn't like my son taking the bus. This is why I got him the car.
Absolutely.
So his son ended up doing exactly what he didn't want. He didn't like him doing in the first place.
Absolutely. And so that will be the heightened. That's why I'm hyped about this, because I went out, put the down payment on this car, paid it off, whatever it is that I did to make sure that this didn't happen, and it still happened. So it was almost like y'all was like, "Oh, we got a second car." No.
But did you catch that last sentence? Did you catch the last sentence? Where she became the victim. What did she say?
Yes.
I hung up on his bleep.
Yes.
Am I wrong for letting my current husband?
See, this is where you got good friends that come into play.
Yeah.
You over there, you venting to your friend about this. You need you a friend that's going to say, wait a minute, girl, hold on. I'm Team Keisha, but let me tell you something. That wasn't right.
Yeah.
That wasn't right. I'm Team Keisha now, but that wasn't right, Keisha. Like, you got to respect this other man's property.
Yeah.
You just got to do that. That's like me. I don't pay my phone bill, but I'm going to use my son's phone. No, it don't work like that. You pay your bills. You do what you're supposed to do to take care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's it all encapsulated. I do get this a lot with co-parents and kids, where the kid is living with the custodial parent, and the custodial parent is taking advantage of the gifts that the other parent, So that is we're talking about a car here, but that's happening on smaller scales all the time.
So could this, Chanel? So let's look at a point that I want to make. Could she be literally reaching out for help because it became one of those points of self-awareness? Because she asked the question, "Is she wrong?" People who tend to do things out of spite, being petty, or don't care about the other person, usually don't ask that question. Asking for a sense of self-awareness type thing. Am I wrong for doing this? Because it's probably something that done kicked in that that conscious done kicked in and say, ooh, yeah, this probably didn't go over well. And I probably need some help on this one because I probably was wrong. And so I commend her for even, not for the part of letting the other father drive the car, but for even asking the question. Because if you're not willing to ask, then you're not willing to make the change or the sacrifice in the first place. But if you're willing to ask, and someone out there tries to correct you or correct that type of behavior, and you're willing to work on it, then you are redeemable. And, so maybe this was her breaking point where she probably realized that this was the point where she probably messed up. I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt on this one. She did ask the question.
I do hear you, Kev. I would differ with you only on one because of this point.
Okay.
The way she ended that, she said, "I hung up on his crazy behind." Like the way she said that.
Mm-hmm.
If I was really asking for help, I would have left that part out. Because he's not crazy.
That's understandable.
He's not crazy. I would have just left that part out. Like, this is what happened. Bam. Because sometimes people will and on social media, sometimes people will ask that question to be validated for why how they chose to behave. So if I get enough people say, yeah, girl, you did the right thing, girl. What? He don't come in there running your house, da 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 da. Bam. Let me screenshot all of this and send this to the crazy dad. Right?
Yeah.
I bet you she not gonna screenshot this video. She ain't gonna share this video with the dad. She not gonna share this video with the dad. So if she's really asking for help, she would look at this video and say, yeah, I was kind of wrong. I was wrong. Because we're sharing the other side of what this really looks like. And not I'm not saying I'm on the dad's side. I'm not saying I'm on her side. I'm just saying objectively doing the right thing. I'm on the side of right. Is if the tables were turned, a lot of times you can know if you right or wrong. If you can turn the tables and be like, yeah, I would be mad too. Yeah. Or I could see where they're coming from. You know, either way, when you turn those tables and you walk in someone else's shoes, sometimes you can get a better picture about how you should respond to a situation.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, that's a good point. We just don't know. You know, we're getting the back end of it. And, you know, I like to play the contrarian sometimes on situations because we want to be able to try to see it from both sides. Because, like I said, we don't know what the relationship's like. Regardless of what the relationship's like, there's still right and there's wrong. Yeah. And, you know, just us from the outside looking at it, we're giving you our opinion on it. You know, if this mother would have come back and look at this video and say, what is it a self-reflecting type of moment? Hopefully it is. Because maybe this is the thing that sparks better communication between her and the other parent. Because I'm always gonna go back to the communication side because all this would have took was a phone call, a text message, some kind of way just to say, hey, we had an issue happen over here. Is it okay if he takes and drops him off at school and we'll pick him back up? Is that okay? Something simple as that. All he can say is yes or no. Yes or no. 2 answers. Yeah. That's all he can give. Yes or no. If he says no, we find another way. Maybe the dad got to catch the city bus. Yeah. I'm just saying though. So we have to think about those type of things because the communication side of this is very important, and not only from the parent standpoint, but what about the child? Because we haven't discussed him, because he had to make a phone call to his dad, and his dad was out of town, and now he's got to ride the bus. Yeah. So what is his trust level going to be like now?
Yeah. So you know what? You make some very good points, Kev. Just the simple phone call out of respect. This is someone else's property. So let's make the phone call and say, hey, like you said, I think that would have been the most respectful way to handle it. And I think that both ways it could have been handled. So this probably wouldn't even been a post. If it was handled that way. Also for the child to get this present, right? To get this gift. And in his mind, now I ain't got to call mom and dad to pick me up. You know, I could just take myself there and to still have that taken away from him. Yeah. You know, like, okay, I don't have to call my mom and dad. I still got to call my mom and dad, you know? Yeah. So, that's, I love how you said, just that simple communication, because even on the smaller scale, when it comes to that other kid being at the other parent's house, hey, can they use your computer to go into their Google Classroom? Can they use your computer to do this? You know what I'm saying? Like, these are conversations that we're having, should we get him his own computer, or his own laptop that he takes back and forth between houses? Those types of conversations are, to me, are very important to have, because you can't just assume, you can use your dad's computer. Yeah. No, you cannot. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you say, the communication side is very important, and the things we don't ask never get answered. And we can sit here and assume all day. You know what happens? We assume. You said the word. You make.
I didn't say that word.
You didn't say assume. You said assume. You said assume, and we know what assume means.
Oh, okay.
So what I'm saying is, don't assume anything when it comes to the relationship that you have between yourself, the other parent, and the child. And if you got step parents involved, and the step parents. Because until something gets said, written, emailed, transferred some kind of way, then we can only assume that the other person is going to respond in a certain way. So if you want to be sure, pick up the phone, send the email, do what you got to do to get the answers that you need in order to proceed.
Yes, absolutely. Ooh, Kev, you know what? You made some real good points today. And I will say this, those of you that haven't been watching us long, this show, make sure you subscribe to. Make sure you do that. But this show, and I'm not just saying this because I'm biased about the show. I mean, I am kind of a little biased, but also I believe that this is a great show because Kev does a really great job at playing the contrarian, so we can see a lot more aspects, not just no, you shouldn't do this. No, he's able to allow you to see different aspects of a person's decisions and behavior. So I think that's great to be able to speak on those other viewpoints as well. So shout out to Kev for doing that for us today.
Chanel, thank you for the shout outs. I appreciate them. You never look a gift horse in the mouth. Don't know how it fit into the show, but I'm just gonna say it anyway. I'm just gonna throw that out there. But Chanel,
yes,
you've done another great job of bringing this thing home. Tell the people how they can reach you.
Yes, so you guys can reach me. My link for my Instagram is actually down below me at Chanel Renee Speaks. And if you click the link in my bio, you would have access to all the other links that I have as well. I do courses, I teach courses, I have online workshops, I have books, journals, just all kind of goodies over there. So make sure that you follow me on Instagram and make sure that you check out everything I have to offer. Kev?
Hey, thanks, Chanel. I'm right here on the screen with you. Yeah, I'm on the screen with you, but you can reach me at Kevin _ Jeez, I did it again. Kevin _L _Scott on IG. And if you go on there into IG, you can go in there, click on my link, click on my bio and see the things I have to offer, the plethora of things I have to offer. And I'm going to say the word because Chanel doesn't like me using it. And you can peruse at your leisure and see the things that you like to see out there, see the kind of things I have to offer out there. Go to my website at teambyw.com and see the things I have to offer. And also coming up shortly, about to start for the Facebook group for these co-parenting communication type things. So just be on the lookout for that. It will be coming out shortly. I haven't announced anything. I just said it right there. So those who are watching, you just on the front end of this thing, finding this thing out. So
now you got to do it. You got to do it now because you done told the folks.
You ain't got to tell me I got to do nothing. All I got to do is...
You done told the people.
I'm going to be blanking that. But all I said right here, what I said it. So, Chanel, I'm going to tell these people to stay safe and be blessed because we've had another great week. So, what can you do to tell us and take us home? That ain't coming out right, but you know what I mean.
What can I do? Okay, what y'all can do is make sure that you subscribe and share this video. That's how y'all can help us out.
Yeah.
And we're going to help you out by...
And put the comments down there. Let us know you came here.
Yes, put some comments down there.
Don't just be looking in the room. Don't be just looking in the room, seeing what we got to offer and walking away. You're going to come by, sign off on the book. Let us know you came in here and let us know what you thought about this stuff, because we're here to help the co-parents out there. And if you don't tell us you need help, we just talking in the wind and nobody can hear us.
No, we ain't going to be talking in the wind now because somebody need our help. We just want to hear about how we help
somebody break wind, you talking in it, you don't know it.
Okay, y'all pray for Kev. That's what y'all can do. Y'all can pray for him. Y'all can pray for him, okay? In your midnight prayers, late in the midnight hour. Make sure you mention his name, okay? Again, y'all pray for Kev, but in the middle of that, make sure you collaborate. Make sure y'all collaborate with us in the comments. And make sure you put God first. Make sure you put God first because I promise you, I don't say this in every video, but I promise you, if you put God first, the Holy Spirit will convict you of some of the stuff that we're talking about. Because I don't know about you, Kev, but I have made some decisions that weren't the best. And I have to be honest with you all and say that the Holy Spirit convicted me before I actually did it sometimes. So I just chose not to be obedient. And so again, we're being transparent with you all and sharing these things and some of the lessons that we've learned personally with you all in these these videos. And so make sure you subscribe so that you can learn Kev's lessons as well as mine. And again, put God first and be safe, and make sure you keep your kids' well-being and their future at the forefront when you are making these decisions. Kev, take us home.
Communicate. We out.
All right.